Hey everyone! So, if you've ever been in the world of AI, you know the drill. Building a cool model is one thing, but actually getting that model out of your notebook and into a real application that people can use, well, that is a whole different ballgame. And it's often way, way harder. Today, we're going to talk about a tool that's trying to change all that.
I mean, really think about it for a second. You've spent weeks, maybe months, training this incredible model. It's smart, it's powerful, and you are so ready to unleash it. So why does that very last step, getting it deployed, feel like you're running full speed into a brick wall?
All right, let's get into it. Because this isn't just some little speed bump. For a lot of folks, this is an absolute deployment nightmare. And to really get why the solution is so cool, you first have to understand just how messy the problem really is. Just look at this list. This is the manual gauntlet you have to run through. So, you start as a data scientist, but oh wait, now you have to become a backend developer and write a REST API from scratch. Then, you got to put on your DevOps hat and containerize everything with Docker and deploy it all to Kubernetes. Then, you're a site reliability engineer, figuring out auto-scaling and monitoring. And, oh, you need GPUs for your model? Yeah, that's a whole other world of pain. It's just a mountain of work. And that's the real kicker here. All that stuff we just listed, it isn't just annoying. It's the #1 reason why so many amazing AI projects just slow down and die. They get completely bogged down in this deployment swamp and never actually make it to production. But what if you could just skip that entire mountain of work? What if there was a totally different way to do things that just handled all of that for you? Well, there is. And trust me, it is radically simpler. This right here says it all. On the left, you've got that nightmare checklist we just walked through. And on the right, that's KServe. It's just a simple little config file. You basically just tell it the name of your model and where it's stored. That's it. Seriously. And this is the magic trick. You give KServe that tiny file, and it does everything else. It builds the API, it creates the containers, it manages the scaling, it sets up the monitoring, the whole shebang. All of that custom infrastructure code you were dreading writing, it just vanishes. So you might be wondering, how on earth does it do all that? Well, KServe isn't just a simple script. It's a full-blown platform, and it comes with some incredible capabilities built right in. You can think of them as its built-in superpowers. Superpower #1, intelligent autoscaling. So let's say your app goes viral and you suddenly get a flood of traffic. KServe will automatically spin up hundreds of copies of your model to handle it. But here's the best part. When things quiet down, it scales everything all the way back down to 0. That means you're not paying a dime for servers you're not using. It's a game changer for costs. Next up, it lets you do something called a canary deployment. Imagine you've trained a new, improved version of your model. Instead of just swapping it in and praying it doesn't break everything, you can be way smarter. You can send just a tiny slice of your real traffic, say 10%, to the new model. If it works perfectly, you can gradually roll it out to everyone else. It's like a safety net for your production app. KServe is also a jack of all trades. It really doesn't care what you use to build your model, whether it's TensorFlow, PyTorch, Scikit-Learn, XGBoost, or even one of those giant models from Hugging Face. It just works right out of the box. You don't have to write any custom serving code for any of them. And finally, it's what we call cloud native. Now, that's a bit of a buzzword, but what it really means is freedom. Since it's built on top of Kubernetes, you can run your AI models literally anywhere, on AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, in your own private data center, or heck, even on your own laptop. You are never locked into a single provider. Okay, this all sounds great on paper, but is this just some neat academic project? Or are people actually using this to solve real tough problems out there in the world? Let's take a look. And the answer is a resounding yes. We're seeing it everywhere. Banks are using it for fraud detection models that have to scale up instantly on Black Friday. E-commerce sites are using it to safely A/B test new recommendation models to see which one makes more money. Even critical fields like healthcare and self-driving cars rely on it to deploy their models reliably.
You know, just think about that e-commerce site for a minute. They might have hundreds of different models running at the same time. One for recommending shoes, one for electronics, another for furniture. With KServe, each of those models can scale up and down all on its own. And they can roll out an update to the shoe model without ever risking the others. To do that manually would take a gigantic team of engineers. Now, it's just automated.
So let's pull back for a second. What's the big picture here? Why does a tool like KServe really matter for you and for the future of AI in general? What it all boils down to is this: For years, the biggest barrier in AI wasn't creating a smart model. It was the insane complexity of getting that smart model into the real world. By automating and simplifying that entire process, tools like KServe are just completely demolishing that barrier. They're making it so much easier to go from a brilliant idea to a real product people can actually use. And that kind of leaves us with one final exciting question to chew on. When deploying an incredibly powerful AI model becomes this simple, almost trivial, what happens next? What new ideas and what world-changing applications will finally be possible when anyone with a great model can share it with the world in a matter of minutes?